Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Hannah. I am part of our customer success team here at Restream.io, and I focus on webinars and success. So my focus is entirely all of you. And today I am joined by...
Hi, my name is Benjamin. I'm also with the customer success team, and I focus on working with our enterprise clients.
That's super awesome. So Ben, what exactly does that mean on your end?
Yeah, that means that I work with the users that go with our enterprise contract level of plans, which is the highest tier plan that we offer. It's a bit of a customized plan that you can choose to opt into if the other plans don't meet your needs and you need something a little bit more customized, maybe bundling multiple accounts together if you're going to be doing like concurrent streaming, or maybe you just need a higher level of service that includes account management, something like that.
Would you consider yourself to be a Restream expert then?
Oh, yes, definitely. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. And so, what type of questions do you regularly get when dealing with enterprise customers? Do you get a lot of questions about features available or specific pricing questions?
Yeah, absolutely. All of those questions, I think usually the most common are around pricing and what kind of features and functionality you can get in addition to like the normal plans. So, what are you able to do with enterprise? Those are usually the
Yeah.
most common questions.
Okay. It's my favorite part about, whether you're an enterprise user, whether you're a first time streamer or a professional who's looking into getting into broadcasting, is that all of our team members are exceptional experts and they know so much, not only about Restream, but about how to create the best content possible. Ben here is one of our most incredible experts. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because he's my co host. But I think that that's really awesome that we have so many people available internally who are not only passionate about streaming, but are so positive and so passionate about success. And that's a big part about why Ben and I are both on the success team. So while
Absolutely.
Ben focuses more on enterprise users and directing and assisting users with their streaming content, my focus is on webinars and education. So I'm primarily focusing on giving users the best resources and content available to help them have their most exceptional broadcasting goals achievable. Yeah.
Awesome. It looks like we got quite a few comments coming in already. It's nice to see everyone in here. Hello, hello.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Uh,
Welcome. I
yeah.
love seeing people mention wherever they are from. Oh, I love this. We got one user who's saying we're the
Oh,
best. Thank you so
that's
much.
right. You've got to
Yeah, but we are not
recognize.
the best. You are the best. Thank you for your kind words.
It
Yeah,
looks like we got someone from Nigeria as well. Hello, Eddie.
hi. I see some
Awesome.
more comments from Ebenezer. Welcome, welcome. Where is everyone coming in from? Are you on Facebook? Are you on LinkedIn? Where are you located? I know I'm in France right now, and so it's
Mhm.
about 7 p.m. here. Where are you located at, Ben?
I'm located on the West Coast. I'm in Oregon, so the Pacific Northwest.
Terrible
Yeah.
place to be. I heard
I
it's not
know it's
beautiful at all.
not at all. It's been pretty dry, honestly. So it's working with trying to keep the fires down, sort of thing. But we're doing all right.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot about that. I hope we
yeah.
are all staying safe over there and everyone else
Mm,
who's tuning in from that area.
absolutely. It looks like we have some people from the UK as well. Hi there.
Hey there, welcome. Oh, we've got someone in from Tampa, Florida.
Awesome. Great. We have people all over the world, it looks like today. That's awesome. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some Midwesterners here, right from my heart. I am originally from Kansas, despite the fact that I live all the way around the world now. So I
Oh.
love seeing Midwesterners chime in. Welcome. Thank you so much. I'm also seeing a lot of people tuning in directly here on YouTube. Is that where
Mhm.
everyone's coming in from mostly? Are you coming in from any of our Facebook groups? I mean,
Mhm.
where are you coming in from? What are you streaming from these platforms directly? I'd love to know this. I don't know about you, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we have a couple people from Facebook. Oh, excuse me. But
All right.
mostly YouTube. Yeah, definitely. Looks like we're already getting a couple questions as well, which we'll definitely get to that, and we'll have a bit of a Q&A time here in a few minutes. But we do want to get started by asking a few specific questions of you guys, the audience, and seeing what kind of interests and knowledge you guys have of the Restream plans, and if you are current Restream users, or if you're a brand new user and you maybe are just signed up today, or you haven't even signed up yet. So go ahead and tell us in the comments how long you guys have been using Restream, and let us know if you're a veteran or a new user.
I think the best part about using Restream is that the interface is so easy. And if you're a novice streamer or someone who's really just starting out in live broadcasting, or if you're a professional with 10 years experience, I think that with our customizations and features that we have available, it gives you so much room and opportunity to continue growing and in order to, allow you to grow your audience directly.
Absolutely, I have to agree. The studio is easy to use for people that are new, but it's also versatile enough that it hits all the high points of those veteran users of the things that they need and want to be able to have a really professional, clean looking stream.
Yeah, I love that both of us are currently actually using some third-party programs, and we've actually got some really great customization going on here in the background. And so we've got our chroma keys going on using different services, and it just adds another level and another elevation to your broadcast and to your professional experience.
Awesome. It looks like we definitely have a couple comments here already about the plans. So we got Paul here. He says he's a newbie. He just got LinkedIn Live signed off by LinkedIn, so he's looking good on that. That's great.
Yeah,
Restream is
congratulations.
one of the few services that you can use to connect and go live on LinkedIn. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's
Ebenezer. Oh,
that's
sorry, I
also
didn't mean to
really
cut you
great
off.
for. Sorry, go ahead, Ben. I didn't mean to jump in.
Oh, you're fine. I was just gonna say Ebenezer's been using it for a couple weeks as well. What were you
I
gonna
love
say
that
about LinkedIn?
engagement Ebenezer sharing. He's really in our chat actively. I love
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It looks like a lot of users are here that are new, that at least that's what the engagement that we're getting so far. A lot of
Awesome.
looks like our questions are about setting up and, really just kind of getting started.
Yeah, it looks like we have quite a few new users either just signed up in the past month or even some today. Hi. I see you've said hi a couple
Welcome.
times, so I just want to say hi. AmTVE or AmTV, whatever, however you say your name. Hello.
Oh, it looks like Earl Mason is getting started using Restream for church broadcasting. That is
Awesome.
super. I love hearing that. And that's something a lot of congregations and a lot of church groups are actively utilizing, especially since the world has become a little bit more distant. But using Restream and broadcasting helps bring us all back together.
Awesome. Well, I think we have a good understanding of the people who are in chat right now. So, hi there, Junior May Channel. Um, so what we're gonna start talking about today is about the subscription plans and kind of how to choose the best plan for you. And since we have quite a few new people who either just signed up or who are just getting started, I think this is a good topic for you, and I think it'll be good to get some information to help you understand what services are available to you and maybe choose the best plan, or see if you're not aware of some features that are included in some of those plans. So to get started, I think we should start off by talking about some of the terminology and things that are included in streaming and specifically around our plans to kind of help you understand, well, this plan says it has XYZ feature and this one has these, but what do these really mean and how do I use them, and are they actually going to be things that are good for me and for my stream? So let's start by asking you guys. Go ahead. Hannah.
Yeah. Share your questions. Even the most professional broadcasters can find themselves learning a lot and utilizing all of the feature capabilities that are here at Restream. One question and one misconception I hear a lot of users specifically referring to is calling people that they introduce into their broadcast, similar to how myself and Ben are. They refer to them as the audience, and this isn't correct. The audience is someone who you're viewing directly from the platform. So if I'm on Facebook, like a lot of you are now, you're actually going to be the audience. Now, Ben is actually my guest, or in my specific case, he's my co-host because he's logged into the same account that I'm on, and we both jumped into the studio. And this is really important to note because when you're referring to support or if you have any sort of issue or even trying to use the best features, it's important to know how you're setting it up so that you can be the most successful with this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see that you guys are asking questions, and we'll definitely get to those in a couple minutes. Just want to start off by talking more specifically about the plans and terminology first. But these are all great questions, and we will get to them. I promise here in just a couple minutes. We've got still about 45 minutes left in the stream, so do not worry. We will get to your questions. And yes, Robert, we will talk about virtual backgrounds as well. I promise. I promise. But that is a great point, Hannah. The terminology between audience and guest is very important, specifically when you're getting started in using the studio and understanding who's watching versus who's actually participating, and that's the biggest point there to make, I think. Some other terminology that okay, great. Earl here says he's not familiar with Instagram and terminologies, so that's good to know, Earl. We'll definitely cover some of that as well. I do want to start off with something super basic, though, that maybe some of you already kind of are aware of, and some of you are not. But when it comes to choosing plans, a lot of the plans talk about destinations and how many destinations you get and things like that. And a lot of people get confused about destinations and what it means from platform end versus a channel end versus what's an extra destination. Like how do you start trying to figure that out?
I think though, when you're trying to get started, especially when you're trying to add a Facebook account. Now, there are 3 ways that you're able to add Facebook. You can add a personal, you can add a page, or you can add a group. So when you just say you want to stream to Facebook, it might come off as a little bit confusing because if you're trying to stream to Facebook, you might not recognize that you need a paid plan. So for example, from our free plan, you're able to stream to a Facebook personal page. In order to stream to a Facebook group or a Facebook page itself, then you actually need to have a paid plan. Now, depending on how many you want to stream to is going to determine the paid plan that you need. So this is a great example of a paid channel. Now, for example, if you have the standard plan, the standard plan comes with 1 paid channel or custom channel directly. Now, the benefit of Facebook Direct specifically is that actually when you want to stream to Facebook with a paid plan as a page, this is actually includes 1 free Facebook page or group. So let's say you have 2 of them. You're actually going to be able to utilize the standard plan because you have 1 paid channel and you also have that 1 free Facebook group or page. So this is a really great way that you're able to make the most of all your channels and broadcasts that you want to distribute. Oh, we've got a really great question here about custom channels.
Yeah.
So,
so before we answer this question, Hannah, can you give like a distinction between what's the difference between a platform and a channel? Because you've been talking about like the channels here for a minute, and so I just want to make sure that the audience understands the difference between the platform versus a channel, and how does a destination fit into that?
Yeah, so a platform would be like Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. The channel is the setup that you have specifically linked in your dashboard, and that's the destination that you're going to be broadcasting to. So you are streaming to the Facebook platform. You want to connect your channel so that when you stream, it goes to the proper destination. Does that sound about right to you, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in a nutshell, the platform is like the actual end service that you're connecting to, like those major names like Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and then the channel or destination is the actual channel, your specific page on that platform.
That's right. Thank you for clarifying that as well. Now, Vision to Growth wants to know a little bit about streaming to Instagram. If it's considered a custom channel, is it native? What is streaming to Instagram like with Restream? And this is a really common question I get specifically in demo. So do you want to talk about this, Ben, or do you want me to jump in and take over?
I'd be happy to take this question on. I feel pretty confident with Instagram. So Instagram is a custom destination. It is not integrated into our API. We don't have a direct connection there. We can't authenticate your account information and just connect to Instagram easily. Sadly, this is because Instagram doesn't want their platform to be open to external sources. They want people to be connecting from their Instagram app to their live service, and that's it. So at this time, they don't allow any service to officially connect automatically and utilize in that third-party way. However, you can still stream there from other services like Restream and using applications like OBS and things like that. It does require a third-party service, though, to connect this. We recommend Yellow Duck TV. That's who we have always used. I've used them myself. I've had great success using Yellow Duck to stream to my own Instagram channel. And it's just a matter of connecting your account to Yellow Duck, and then it provides you the RTMP URL and stream key that you can enter into Restream as a custom RTMP destination. Now there is a couple specific things that you gotta be aware of when you're streaming to Instagram, because it is using a third-party workaround and it's not like an official handshake. So a couple things. Yeah, absolutely. Vision of growth. You could use OBS Yellow Duck to Instagram, or OBS to Insta. You would still need to utilize some third-party program in there like Yellow Duck or something to make that connection happen, because you'll need that RTMP URL and stream key for your Instagram account, which you can only get by using those programs like Yellow Duck. But once you have that, you can go ahead and connect it. You do need to make sure that that stream key does get refreshed no more than 5 minutes before you go live. It's very temporary because of how Instagram works. It's only active for you to connect to that Instagram stream key for about 5 minutes, and then it dies because it doesn't have any connection on it. So you want to make sure that you connect 5 minutes.
Let me jump in and correct you, actually, Ben. It's actually within 2 minutes now. So you have 2 minutes or less to go live. So if you go live after 2 minutes, that key is actually going to die. So you're going to have to go in and reconnect it, refresh it, set up, and go live. So that's why it's a little more tedious, and some users have more issues with this. It's because, they're waiting too long and exceeding that period. So for example, if you had an event created, it's really easy for you to, add all of your channels in advance. And for users that forget or don't realize that this is, the requirement for Instagram and streaming with that third-party program, they're actually going to be able, and they're going to have to delete that channel for Instagram. They're going to have to re-add it and then immediately go live. And this will help make it more successful for you.
Yep, absolutely. There are a couple other minor things to be aware of when streaming to Instagram, but for the sake of time and moving on, I will ask you to direct those questions to our support team through our live chat. They're more than happy to go into very detailed information about the specifics of streaming to Instagram, and how you can do that through Restream. So if you do have more questions on that, please reach out to our support team.
Yeah, and so I'm getting some other very specific user question. Adam, I'm watching you reach out several times about some of your broadcasting issues. I want to let you know I see you, I hear you. Unfortunately, it's a little hard for us to diagnose your specific issue directly here on the demo, because for the best troubleshooting and for the best resolution, we're actually able to jump into your account internally, look at it from the back end, and help identify, and isolate that specific issue to help you resolve it long term. So as Ben mentioned previously, in issues where you're having, with your broadcast or a stream quality issue, please reach out to our support team. It's located at the bottom right of any of our Restream pages, and you'll be able to just click on that little speech icon and be directed to a support team member. For me, I always tell people that this is the best feature that we offer, and it's free. Our support team is exceptional. They're professional technical experts who are passionate not only about broadcasting, but about our users. And that's something that really sets us apart, just our compassion and our excitement just for you and your content creation, but also the fact it takes less than 2 minutes to get connected to a real person to have it really troubleshooted.
Absolutely. Camilla did ask one more question. I think this is her first question, but she's asking about Yellow Duck. Her computer wasn't allowing it. If you're on a Mac, there might be some permission things that you'll need to do to allow it to install. I know that similar to like the Restream chat, we aren't a identified developer with Apple, which just means
Mm-hmm.
that we didn't pay Apple a bunch of money to be an official developer with them. That's all that means.
Mm-hmm.
So Apple does flag any application that is developed by unidentified developers
Mm-hmm.
as potentially dangerous because they're not identified. So you just have to go into your privacy settings and allow it to install, and then it should go through. If you're on a Windows machine and you're having that trouble, you might need to contact Yellow Duck for assistance or look
Mm-hmm.
at other options. There are some other Instagram connection options besides Yellow Duck that are available there. Yellow Duck is just the one that we recommend.
Yeah. Also, if you are using a Mac or if you're using an Apple product, just going through that system preferences and you'll have to manually allow it and then you'll just have to reconnect it again.
Yep.
So pretty simple. And
Absolutely.
just a little bit more of reiterating what Ben said. It is not because it's a dangerous, we're not going to steal your information. It's not anything bad with the product itself. It's our own. We stand by it. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have that final seal from Apple directly.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we have a bit of a lull in the questions, so I think now would be a good moment to segue into the next topic on choosing the best subscription plan. Perhaps we can talk about some of the features included in some of the plans that people may not realize that they exist, or maybe they don't know what they are. So audience, if you guys have any questions about specific features that are located within the plans that you maybe want more information on or don't understand what they do or how you can use them, definitely go ahead and pop those questions into the chat here, and we'd be happy to go over those specific features. Otherwise, I think we can start with a couple that are usually common misconceptions of what they are and what they do. My personal favorite that people get confused about is the proxy feature, which is located with the premium subscription plan and higher. So this is available on premium and business. And what the proxy feature is, this actually allows people to output their stream from a ingest in a specific location. So what does that mean to you? So it's really very important. Mostly it's useful and important for people that are kind of geo-targeting a certain area for their stream. So say for instance, I'm streaming I'm streaming, rabbits. Like that's what I do. I'm the rabbit guy. Okay. For the sake of this example, I'm the rabbit guy. And I'm all about rabbits and I stream rabbits and like everything is rabbit. And I have a target audience in, I don't know, we'll say the Ukraine. Okay, we'll say the Ukraine. Today, the Ukraine is really into rabbits. So I have this target audience in the Ukraine that are really into my rabbits. But I'm located in the US, and so it gets a little difficult for people from the Ukraine to watch my streams because I'm outputting my stream from an ingest in the US because I'm streaming to a server in the US and then it outputs from a US server as well to whatever platforms that I'm streaming to. So this can cause people in far distant locations to have trouble watching my stream. And so what proxy allows me to do is say, okay, well, I know that my target audience is in the Ukraine, so I'm going to set my proxy to the Ukraine region. And so when I stream, it's going to output from an ingest close or within the Ukraine area. And this will help give a stronger connection to people in the Ukraine who are trying to watch my stream and connect.
I think that's a really great and a very simple way to explain what that proxy feature does with a very simplified example. So thank you so much. That was a learning
absolutely.
experience for me as well. I'm going to use that example when I talk to my users and my clients directly.
Yeah. Those rabbits, man. People are really into the rabbits.
I know. It's probably because of the Olympics, because everyone's running so quickly.
Oh,
So that's probably it, I'm imagining. So actually, while we're talking, I do want to share a little bit about that pricing page. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. Here we are. We've just changed our layout. So I'm just going to jump here. I'm just going to show you the pricing page. Now, on my end, the biggest question I get from users is when they already have a paid plan and they want to upgrade. So let's say I have the standard plan right now, but I only have that one custom or paid channel, and I need two. So I need to upgrade because my current plan doesn't allow for that. Now, I do see that the professional plan is $49 monthly. I decide this is a great price to go, but I just paid $19. I don't want to pay an extra $49. Now, that's a big misconception. When you already have a paid plan, and you want to upgrade your plan, it's just going to reduce from the amount that you've already paid. So this is really important to know. So you're not going to have to pay double the price or an additional fee on top of what you've already paid. This pricing page right here that I'm currently on is also a really great way for you to see all the different features and capabilities that you need. Now you can see how many Facebook pages and groups you can stream to. So you can see from any of our paid plans, this is allowed. You'll have one. You can see and compare all of the different platform capabilities for custom and extra channels for each plan. And you can also compare the size that you're able to stream pre-recorded videos. So this is a really great way for you to visually compare each plan and identify what's going to best meet your needs. What do you think, Ben?
I think that's great. You explained it really well. I do want to give one point of clarity on that. If you are on an annual subscription plan, the same applies if you're going to upgrade. However, it's prorated based upon the amount of time that you're into the plan. So say you've had this plan for a half a year, so 6 months. It prorates it that 6 months when you upgrade. So you kind of have to do a little bit of math there if you want to figure out what the cost of the upgrade will be if you're on an annual plan.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. And speaking of annual plans, let's say you're currently on an annual professional plan, but you actually want to only have a monthly plan, but you've already paid and surpassed that period. Maybe you're at 6 months. You're actually going to be able to change and go to the monthly plan, but it won't actually occur until you've finished up that current life cycle of the annual plan that you previously had. So it'll apply for the next billing. So if you already have a paid annual plan, but maybe you want to switch to a monthly basis, you're not able to manually adjust this yourself. It'll only be applied to the next payment period, which would be after that annual plan ends. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So in a nutshell, you can think of you can upgrade at any time and you can downgrade at any time, but the downgrade only applies when the renewal for your subscription happens.
Yeah, so I've got a... Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, no, I was just going to highlight this question that Grace was pointing out for us from Vision or Growth about branding. So do you want to go ahead and take the branding question?
Yeah, so branding is something that's really important when you're a content creator, whether you're, an influencer, you're working for a small business, or maybe you're just using Restream for interviews directly. You want to incorporate your own branding. So essentially, from our professional plans upward, you're going to have that branding removed. You're going to be able to have that customization in the studio, like what you'll see that I'm going to enable directly on ours. So this is that custom logos that we have here directly. Now, if you wanted to have the Restream logo removed, as you see here, this is what all free and standard plans have, then you're actually going to need to upgrade for a professional plan. This is what's going to allow you to have that full customization, that full luxurious experience of the studio. So let me just turn you off, Ben, for a second. So if you see here, and let me just turn off myself. Let me just keep that here. Let me retract. let me go back. I'm actually going to show us both right here. So if you want to add, your own custom background, your own graphics, your own animations, whatever it is, if you want that full experience, you want to add your own video clips, countdowns, whatever it is, you need to have that professional plan at least.
Yep, absolutely. And you do get a couple other options as well included in the ad source, which specifically the RTMP source is included in professional and higher now. So if you're wanting to add in external RTMP sources such as like a Zoom meeting or OBS, anything like that, that's streaming an RTMP source into the studio, you will also need the professional plan and higher as well. And we also have have a good question here from Rosemount Area Arts Council.
Oh, you read my mind, Ben. I was just about to click on their question.
Yeah. And so they're asking about they stream infrequently, once every 3 months or so. So they're asking if they can get a standard plan, then stop the plan, and then resubscribe it just based upon their needs. And the answer is yes, absolutely. You control your subscription in entirety. So you are limited to either like monthly or yearly subscriptions, but there's no contract. So you sign up for a month, you can cancel it immediately, and you have that month of service to utilize. When you cancel your subscription, that doesn't delete your account. It doesn't remove any historical data from your account. The only thing that you will lose is the saved recordings on your account, which will expire after the time frame of your subscription, depending on what it is. And we can actually go over like the different time lengths of how long recordings are saved for, depending upon your subscription here in a minute as well. But to answer your question directly, yes, absolutely. You can subscribe and cancel your subscription anytime, as frequently as you want to or need to, depending upon your streaming needs.
Yeah, I think that, especially because I know this user explicitly mentioned being a nonprofit. When you're a smaller business, when you're working on behalf of others, we want to create the best opportunities for you. So if you don't love our service, you can keep it for that 1 month. Or maybe if you have seasonal events going on, you can come and go as you please. We want to make this as simple for you as humanly possible. I did see a great comment here from a LinkedIn user. They said that Restream's a godsend for those who want to reach a wider range of audience. I love that. Thank you so much for that kind comment. And
Absolutely.
that's the best part. Like, we're here as a multi-streaming tool. We want you to get wider audiences. We want you to have maximum success, because your success is our success.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of going off of that theme, do you have any suggestions for people who are trying to reach more audiences? Do you, like, say somebody's just getting started, maybe they have like a good following on one platform. What would you suggest that they do in order to start branching out to other platforms?
Stream as often as you can to as many places as you can. But most importantly, be really passionate about your message, your mission, whatever you're creating. Be excited about it. Make your audience as enthralled with it as you are. That's what you're trying to do. You have this mission, you have this idea, and you want to share that content with the world. So if you're only regularly streaming on a Facebook page or maybe a Facebook personal account, how else can you better market to your audience? Are you streaming on Twitch? Are you streaming on Daily Mail? When you're trying to establish a larger audience, you're going to get that by streaming to more places and increasing how frequently you are broadcasting. So if you stream 3 times a week, you're going to get more engagement than 1 time a week on one single page. So that's really important for you to incorporate, better engagement and better success for yourself, because that can lead to, monetization. It can lead to partnerships, and that's the end game. What do you think, Ben?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Hannah. That was a perfect answer. So we have another question from Born Rich here. I wish I was born rich. Which camera are you using? I need a good camera for my computer. So I really like this question because I know Hannah and I are using 2 kind of completely different setups right now. So it gives it a nice, good, different dynamic. Personally, my camera I'm using is a C920, which is a Logitech webcam. It's just a USB-based plug-and-play webcam. I don't think it was too expensive off the top of my head. I bought it a couple years ago, but it was, I think, somewhere around $100. It's 1080p, high quality. I mean, you can see the video. I think for the price point, it's a really excellent camera to get started in live streaming, and it's really simple plug and play to use. Logitech's usually a general, pretty safe brand to use.
Yeah, I hear a lot of users. Do you hear an echo?
No, I do not.
Okay, perfect. It's just me okay, perfect. No problem. So I actually really like Logitech. I hear a lot of users who are engaging with it, who are using it, and they find a lot of success with it. I personally use my 4K cam link from Elgato, and I use it and connect it with my Canon SL2. It is a little bit higher. It's about 850 US dollars. But for me, I'm really into photography. I love content creation. And this is a really great tool for me to use for multi-purposing, whether I'm going out on the field and creating content, or I'm just here on my my computer, my PC, and I just want to start broadcasting. But I do actually want to share about how I'm repurposing, the content that I'm creating and incorporating multiple cameras in my broadcast. So, for example, I have my native FaceTime HD camera directly with what I'm using right now. But in my current perspective, I'm actually using SnapCam. So if I go into SnapCam, the application that I'm using, I've downloaded it and I can go in and adjust my back. So let me go here. Let me just add and adjust something. So let me go here. I'm just gonna add a squid and you can see something different. But let me just go back and I'll add my live. Perfect. So I'm just gonna go back and alter this. So as simple as you saw. And so let me go in. I still hear an echo. I've muted all my webcam. Yeah, sorry, Ben.
Is it because you have your two guests in there? Like, do you have those muted as well?
Yeah, they're all muted. I might be. I'm just gonna slowly turn them off as I introduce them. So I have one just as this, HD FaceTime camera. Let me just turn it off. And okay, perfect. So as I turn off my guests, it helps slowly reduce all the echo. And this is a great way to troubleshoot as well. So this one I'm turning on right here is just my DSLR SL2 camera. And so as you see, I don't have my memory card here. If I go through my settings, I'll actually be able to disable this notification, and it's about to die.
Yeah, it looks like you got a low battery there.
Yeah. So let me just go through and get rid of all these extra tabs because, yeah, perfect. So I hope no one on your end could actually hear that echo.
I couldn't hear an echo, so I think it was totally on your end.
Yeah, it was definitely, and that happens though. I also know that sometimes I use these AirPods as my, as my headphones of choice. And sometimes I find when I have like 4 or 5 different tabs open using the same guest link and trying to use alternate camera perspectives, sometimes it actually still picks up and it actually changed to transparency and it will pick up. So it sounds like I have a really bad echo going on.
Oh, goodness.
Really interesting.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so if anyone's using AirPods, I'm using AirPod Pros right now, and if you're noticing that you're having some really weird echoes, but it's only on your end, and you've noticed everything else is turned off, there's no other audio going on, I would definitely maybe try turning off your headphones and seeing if that will resolve it, because that's been the issue I've had twice. Not consistently, but it has happened.
Awesome. Well, I think that was a really great example of the different levels of equipment that you can use with the studio, and obviously they're very successful and work well. Like for instance, I'm just using a basic webcam, and Hannah is using this DSLR setup with a cam link and this whole thing, and they both work really excellently with the studio. And so this kind of showcases that good like starter setup versus a more advanced setup, and how people can, regardless of what their equipment is or their experience level, they can use the studio with that equipment and with success. Let's take a couple more questions really quick here before we have about 20 minutes left.
Yeah, we've just got a little bit. Ben, you can pick up the next question. I do just want to reiterate, our Restream blog is exceptional. We have some really great articles specifically on the best headphones to get, the best cameras, ranging from beginning or even lower budgets all the way up to professional budgets or higher payments you'd rather make for a camera. We really want to make it inclusive for everyone and meet everyone's needs, depending on where you're getting started at. So definitely check out our resources that we have available. It's a great place to look and see what cameras we recommend and that we've tried and tested.
Absolutely. Earl had a question here that I just want to touch on quickly. He's asking if he can hire a team to help him train or answer questions for him regarding live streaming and Restream. No, we don't have a team for hire, so to speak, but we do have a resource that you can contact directly for free, which is our support team, live chat support directly from our website, available 24/7, 7 days a week, 256 days a year. 356 days a year. Just cut 100 days off the year now. Hey, our calendar's changing, everyone. Just so you know, be prepared. No, so 356 days a year. Our support team is great. They're really responsive. They usually respond in 5 minutes or less, and they're more than happy to walk you through everything that you need to know about Restream, about getting connected and getting started, the basics of live streaming, and answering your million questions that you might have to the best of their ability. That's the resource that I really would direct you to.
Yeah, and honestly, they're the best. And Ben and I are both biased on saying this because we actually both started off in support at Restream. So you're getting quality people that are assisting you and that are excited to talk with you and help you learn how to broadcast. And not only that, but all of our team members are professional broadcasting experts. This is their passion. So even if maybe it's a smaller question that you have, maybe you're live directly and something's going on, you can actually just jump into the studio, click on that, that little icon at the bottom right screen, and you can actually just start chatting directly.
Absolutely. And Earl did have a follow-up question as well. Lots of questions from Earl here. I love to see it. Is Restream for live only? He wants to know if there's a scheduler that I won't have to start and stop. And yes, absolutely there is. So obviously you can do live video, but you can do pre-recorded videos as well, or even record your videos in Restream and then stream those later as well. So the scheduler option that you're looking for is called events, and you can schedule your events at any time, so to any of the platforms. It is important to note that if you're scheduling to YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, there will be an announcement that happens on that platform that says, hey, I'm going live on X date at X time with this description, thumbnail, and title of the stream to let people know in advance that you're going to be going live. On other platforms, there won't be any announcement, but it will still connect and go live at the scheduled time. We have a lot of really awesome resources available on how to upload and schedule streams through events through our help center, and our support team would be happy to help you get started with that as well, Earl. And then just to reiterate, you can also just straight up record your streams through Restream as well. You do not have to live stream to an end platform in order to have your stream recorded. You can record it directly on Restream and then have that scheduled for a later stream as well. Or download it and repurpose it, upload it, however you want to do that.
Yeah, I think that's really great. If you are joining us from Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, if you had seen prior to broadcasting, we actually had created an event several days ago, and it had a placeholder with just the same background that said live stream with Restream, with that choose the best Restream subscription plan information on it. So it will appear exactly the same way, just with your own thumbnail and information as well, if you schedule it within that 7-day window.
Great. And we have this, I'm doing this, and then I'll let you answer the next question, Hannah. I just saw this, and then it reminded me of the other virtual background question earlier, and I really wanted to make sure that we touched on it because I did promise that we would talk about this. So we do have the backgrounds options within Restream itself, which you can see behind our camera view here. There's the background that we have uploaded. Hannah's changing it now. We do support virtual backgrounds here, which means that you can have an animated background going on that's either a GIF or an MP4 file that's looping in the back that's showing actual animation. And so we have a couple preloaded ones in the back. You can see here, those are those. However, I get the feeling that what most people are interested in knowing about is the actual virtual camera background in the camera sources itself, like Hannah and myself have at the moment. And that is, as you know, it's not possible directly in the studio interface to do a virtual background, like a chroma key green screen type thing within the studio itself. However, obviously we have virtual cameras and we're using the studio. So how do we accomplish that? Well, there's a couple different ways that you can do that, and a couple different programs that you can use to do that as well. Personally, I'm using OBS at the moment. So what I'm doing is I have my camera connected into OBS, and then I'm using a green screen and chroma key feature within OBS to change my background. This is actually a green screen right here, and now I have this live with Restream overlaid within OBS on top of my green screen, and then I'm using the virtual camera feature in OBS and using the virtual camera as the source in Studio, and that's how I'm getting this green screen effect in the studio.
But maybe Ben's setup might be a little bit complicated for some users, or maybe you don't have the investment or the money to put into a green screen. Now, I'm also using a virtual background. I have nothing actually behind me. So if you'll see, let me just turn it off. This behind me is my wall. And I actually have a downloaded program called Snap Camera that I downloaded, and I actually use just one of the filters directly. I select the custom background, and then I just add my own image. So I'm actually using that background that we have directly in Restream. So as one of our backgrounds that you currently see. So I just click on that background, I add it, and it automatically takes over. So I don't have to have a green screen. I don't need to have additional setups. I don't need to have multiple things or multiple levels to achieve in order to have this successful. So I just have my camera, I have that application, and I have that picture that's created in the background. And then I just keep it minimized, and then it's super simple to use.
Yeah, absolutely. Both work pretty well. There's going to be difference in quality as far as like when you're doing chroma key and green screen. As you can see, you can kind of tell from our cameras, like her Snap camera is cutting off the shoulders a little bit. This probably has to do with like her background, her wall is white, and her shirt is also white, and so the virtual camera is trying to have a little bit of a difficult time distinguishing between her and the wall a little bit. So those are things to keep in mind and be aware of like the colors you're wearing versus the color of what you're trying to chroma key out. And that sort of thing. And then the other thing is lighting. Lighting.
It's all about those angles. All about really the angles and the light.
Exactly. Like, if you want a really, really clean virtual camera green screen effect, I really recommend having multiple studio lights available to you, or at least one really, really good lighting. I'm actually using three lights right now. I have 2 studio lights and then actually a ring light as well, because the studio lights kind of give a little washed out like white tone, and so then I end up looking really pasty. So I like to add in a ring light that has like a warm tone to it, like a more like a yellow orange tone to it, to give some like color and stuff back into the lighting. But again, that's kind of gets into the little advanced side of things. So if you are on that level, that's definitely something that I recommend. Otherwise, one really strong, basic light is going to be good to get started.
Yeah. So for example, just to kind of backtrack a little bit, actually what here is being cut off is actually not my dress. It's actually my microphone. So the Snapcam is actually focusing on me, and everything that is not identified as a person or as my silhouette is being cut out of the broadcast and using, where that green screen filter would take over. And for my lighting, I love so deeply my Elgato ring light. It is amazing. This is not sponsored whatsoever, but if you watch my screen, it actually has filters. So I can actually manually adjust the type of lighting I'm getting. I can make it more blue, more white, more yellow, just really changing it and just creating different depths and different density, or in just different intensities. And that's what you want, as you become more of a professional broadcaster, or maybe you just want to invest in good equipment, having great lighting is really going to improve your overall broadcast.
Absolutely. And that's really funny because I also have an Elgato ring light, and we did not coordinate this at all. We did not. We just both happened to be using the same ring light.
Well, when you know.
Yeah, Elgato makes really great products. Again, not sponsored.
Yeah, we just love them, honestly. And most of our team
Yeah.
uses them just because of the simplicity and just how
Mhm.
great they are to use.
Mhm.
And they have such great support as well.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we got about 10 minutes left. We do have an exciting thing to do here in the last couple minutes, which I think we can hold off a couple more minutes before we kind of announce what the little excitement that we have at the end of our stream here. So please stay tuned. Don't go away yet, because there's going to be something really cool here right at the end.
It
But
is a gift, so that's an incentive to stay. Everyone
yes,
loves free stuff. If you've
yes.
already stayed this long, you've got 10 more minutes. Stay along, keep chatting with us, and then you could really win something really special.
Yes, absolutely. And I really want to just put the last 10 minutes up here for any more questions that you guys might have, and anything else that you want to know related to Restream. If it's, regarding subscription plans or features, awesome. That's really what the focus is today. If you have other questions, like, we're happy to answer those as well as the best we can with the last couple of minutes. And we have a question popped in right here. So we have Grizzly, I think that's how you say that. Is there any stream limit? For example, in StreamYard, we only have 20 hours a month to stream. Is there anything like that in Restream? Absolutely not. I actually wasn't aware that StreamYard limited you by the hours that you stream. That's interesting to know. I didn't realize that was something that they did. But no, there is no limitation for how often or how long you can stream for through Restream, even on the free plan. You could stream 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year on the
That
free
extra
plan.
100 came back.
It does. Like, you can stream as long as you want without any restrictions. You won't get cut off. Nothing. The only thing that you're limited to is the number of destinations that you can stream to, and the number of channels at those destinations that you can stream to. If you're on the free plan, you're limited to one channel per supported platform. Remember what we talked about at the beginning of the stream. The platform is that end major service like Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn. That is the platform end, and your channel is that specific page on the platform. So you can stream to one channel per supported platform, and you can see the list of our supported services from our website on the free plan. And you can stream as often as you want, as long as you want on the free plan, to one of each supported platform. If you need more, or if you want to stream to like a Facebook group or a Facebook page or a custom destination like Instagram, then you will need a paid plan in those cases.
Well, let me also piggyback off what you just said, Ben, because you're 100% right. But I think it's also important to be really clear for all users watching or all prospective users that this is only for live streaming. If you want to stream a pre-recorded video live, using our Restream events, you are limited to the paid plan that you offer. So in order to stream pre-recorded events live, you'll need to have either a professional plan upwards. So professional, premium, or even a business plan. This is what we require in order for you to, go live broadcasting that pre-recorded content that you either make in Restream directly or using another source.
Awesome. And looks like we have another question here from Michael Carvel. Thanks for chatting in here. Is there any future plans to name the overlay graphics, like 5 to 6 characters max? When you load 30 to 40, hard to know what's what. She's Grace answering his other question. I think we might have missed a question from him earlier on.
Thanks, Grace.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any specific plans we have to add an option to like name the overlay graphics, but that is a really great suggestion. I love that. I think that could be pretty useful for people who have lots of overlay graphics as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pass that on as a feature request to our studio developers and see what they think. They're always very interested in to hear user feedback and get suggestions on what users want to see, and interface changes and things like that that would make life easier for our end users. So we will be happy to pass that on and see if that's something that we can get down the line.
Yeah, and jumping back in on that question, I highly recommend, if you're not already following us on social media, definitely keep an eye out because we actually have some really cool feature releases that we plan on releasing soon in the next couple months even. So there are some great things that I know a lot of users are going to have a lot of excitement over and are going to be really thrilled about because all of our features, all of our updates are entirely user based. So we really take that feedback into consideration. We actively talk about it. So, that way we're actually creating things that you're going to benefit from, not just something that we think could be helpful, but things we know are going to improve your experiences.
Absolutely. So we got about 4 minutes left. So do you think it's time to announce our special thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Right.
thank you all so much for staying here with us. We know it's been a lot, learning so much, having such great questions, and really taking the time to listen to our answers. And we appreciate you endlessly. But we want to do a little bit more for you because sometimes you have so many questions and maybe you don't convey it, in the way you really want to directly in the chat. So, everyone who's watching right now, you have the exclusive opportunity to take advantage of a one-on-one consultation with myself or Ben. This is something really exclusive and something we don't regularly offer to our users. This is something that we really offer for more of our higher paid plans and make it something really special. So this is going to allow you to have a one-on-one 15-minute consultation. You can spitball ideas, you can ask questions if you have any feedback ideas, whatever it is, we're here to listen. We want to talk. So I'm going to share that link with all of you. Use it. Please reach out to us, schedule a time. We want to talk with you.
Absolutely. It's been great having you all here, all of the great questions. It's been really wonderful interacting with you all, and we are happy to provide, more in-depth answers to your questions, as Grace said. I think it was Earl that was asking about earlier about like who he can, hire to answer his million questions. Well, here's your chance, Earl. Sign up for a consultation, this one-time exclusive offer, and you'll get your chance to ask a million questions or as many questions as you can in the allotted time frame. I don't know if you can get a million in there, but yeah, we're happy to answer those questions and take some time to really give you that one-on-one feel for Restream, give you a demo of more of what you can do, or just answer questions, or maybe you have some trouble that you're having that you really could use some assistance in. We can also take that time to troubleshoot with you and help you get going in the areas that you need to get going.
Yeah, I love that. We've had such great feedback today from all of our users, such great questions. If you want to dive a little bit deeper into that and really, explore more capabilities on how to use that chroma key or that green screen, or whatever questions on how to add a Facebook page, or maybe just finding the best plan for you, we've got your back. And if you maybe don't have the time to schedule a one-on-one with either of us, as we mentioned, we have a great support team available, and they're always available to answer any questions that you have 24/7, big, small, technical or not. We're always available, and we want you to succeed.
Absolutely. So that pretty much concludes our show for today. Thank you all for tuning in and giving us your questions and just being part of the Restream community. We really appreciate you and value you. And I know I have this mechanical keyboard, and she's like, "You're typing it so loud." I know it's the mechanical keyboard. It just feels really nice to type on a mechanical keyboard. If you haven't tried it, I highly suggest that you get a mechanical keyboard. Just to try it.
I've seen a lot of users actually invest in one of those typewriter keyboards. I don't know why they're trending so much, but I love them so much, and that's exactly what I imagine you having. Even if it's not what that is, from as an audience member, this is
like
what I always imagine.
It feels like it's super cathartic to type on it. It just feels nice. I don't know. That's all I can tell you is that it feels different typing on a mechanical keyboard than a regular one. But yeah. So again, thank you everybody, and I hope to speak to you soon in the consultations. Sign up fast. There's limited slots.
Bye guys. I look forward to chatting soon. Bye.
Bye.